Hi everyone, welcome back to the full stack project. In this complete project, we're going to build a simple e-commerce site using advanced technologies like MongoDB, Express and Node.js. So this is how we're going to navigate throughout this entire project. First half of this tutorial is going to focus entirely on building template from scratch. We're not going to use any external libraries for bringing all those fancy styling. We're going to code from scratch and you will have a very good hand on CSS and designing the templates. So this is what we're going to cover in the first, and in the second half of this project we're going to build a system that will read the data from data JSON file and inject into the templates. There you will have a very good understanding that how you can create your own system for reading the data from the data JSON files and injecting that into the templates. So a lot of things we're going to cover in that how you can create your own router with the help of if statements, how you can use the HTTP URLs and FS module to read the file to create the internal server. So these are the things we're going to cover in the second half. And the third part of this section is entirely focused on remote database servers like MongoDB. We're going to connect our MongoDB server to our application. We're going to upload the entire data we have in our data JSON file. We're going to write a script that will automatically upload the data into a database. So you will find tons of learning. So hope you will watch this complete project till the end. And that's what I want to say as an intro. Now let me take you to my Visual Code Studio and show you what I have done so far for this project, what are the general settings I have done, and all the codes are already provided to you on my website. Simply visit dorothusen.com, go to the blog section. There you can able to download this entire source code and you can code along with me. So if you stuck somewhere else, you can refer to the video or you can take the code from the websites and you can compare. But I would must recommend you to code along with me. That will give you an extra understanding. And after completing this project, I will also show you that how you're going to upload this website in Netlify and you can share with your friends and family and you can add into your portfolio to get a job. So let's start. Here you are in Visual Code Studio, and let me give you a quick overview that what are the general settings I have done so far into this project. So on the left hand side you can see that I have a couple of folders. So in the first folder I have a data JSON file. So these are the data product details I have into this folder, and then I have also a public file. In that I have a CSS file and I have a image folder. So here in this I have all the images which I'm using into this JSON file. So and here I have a style file. I have already done some global general reset. So let me give you a quick overview that what I have done here, although I have already explained all these things, all these global reset in my other projects so in detail. So I'm not going to get into the details of this general reset. So generally what I have done here, I have removed the box sizing and I have removed the margins and I have removed the list icons, and here I have add the smooth functionality to my HTMLs on the scroll event, and on the body tag I have assigned the min height. Text rendering is speed optimized for better performance, line height, and this one is not pseudo ugly picture element input field, and this one is for animation. So those who have done some kind of setting in their browser for the animations, so we have to respect their settings. So for that I have done these settings. So these are the general settings I have done so far into this project in my CSS, and I have one more folder for HTMLs, and this is nothing but our boilerplate we have. I have already connected my CSS file and I am using Google font. In that I'm using Marian, I don't know how to pronounce this one, and using Marian and 400 and 900 font size. So that's what I have so far. And the last folder we have this txt file. So these are the files which I created for myself, that what are the things I'm going to cover into this project. So this is not that important and I'm not going to provide you this file. So all these files you will get, and along with that you will get the JSON package file, because which contain all the information about the dependency, which not that important for right now. We will come back to that later in this video. So this is what I have done so far into this project, and with that said, let's start doing coding and writing the HTML part. Then we'll move to CSS and then we'll move to the other parts of this tutorial. So let's get started. I will take a class in my body tag and I'll call it home. Inside that I will take another div with a class of container, and inside that I will take another div with a logo class, and in that I will take a h1 tag, and here goes my title, vegetable farm, and I will come out of this logo container and I'll create another container with a farm container. This will actually hold all the cards which we'll create, and in that I'll call it vegetable slash card, and inside that I'll take another div with a vegetable card box and vegetable card emoji. So let's copy this emoji and simply paste here. So this is how it will look on a browser. So we're done with that. Let's come out of this container and let's create another div with a class of vegetable card box, and this is also called vegetable card title. So this will hold the information of the card, where we will display the details of the each of the product. And let's get into this container and let's take h3 tag here. It's called vegetable. Okay, this is looks good. Let's come out of the div and let's create another div with a vegetable card box and vegetable card details. In that I will take a div with a vegetable card organic. So as you can see that I'm providing very generic name to each of this div because I'm going to change the styling and the content dynamically. So we need to have this kind of generic name, so that will make our work very easy. And if you are working with a SaaS, you already know that when you do nesting, when you target an element and you do nesting in that, so having these kind of naming convention helps you a lot. So this will call vegetable card organic, and let's create another one with a card organic. So some of the batches, some of the product will have an organic batch and some of them not. So this is what I have assigned this. Let's get into this and let's take h6 tag and this will call organic, and let's come out of this div and take another one. In this time we are not going to assign any class to this div. Let's take a h6 tag, and in this let's come here and let's copy the quantity, and because I want to spell it right, so that's why I copy the word. And let's create another div. In that I will take h6 and this called fries. So as you can see, this is how it's look on the browser. So I think we have vegetable, we have organic, we have quantity, we have price. Let's come out of the div. So let's take an anchor tag, and this will be my button. So I will assign a class vegetable dash card box, and this is the generic class I am giving to this, and it will call button. Inside this I will type details. So let's copy this emoji and simply paste here. So I'm using a lot of emoji. As you can see, I have opened this websites already, and from here I'm copying and pasting the emoji rather than putting all the images, which make the page very heavy. So when you want to add this kind of things, use emoji, or you can use svg file, which is more optimized, and you have to do customizing a lot of things in that, and you will have the animation. So this is how it's look. So okay, so now let's assign the image to our vegetable farm. So this is how I think I have assigned to the wrong place. Let's copy this one and paste up here in h1 tag. So now this is perfect. So we are done with the complete HTML part, and if we find out that we need to add anything else in this HTML, we'll come back to this templates and we'll add that. So now let's move to the CSS and let's start designing this entire template. So here we are in the CSS file. We have already done the global reset. That's why you can see that we don't have any extra spacing and margin in our design, so which I have already explained you at the very start of this video. So now let's start designing this template. So I'll come here, I'll take a body tag, and I will assign a background color. This one is going to be linear gradient to bottom right, and this is going to be my color #141E30 and #2423B55. so this is the color which I'm using for this project, and this is the main theme. So the idea of this color which I have got, you can simply search on Google like gradient color palette designs. You will find a lot of template for that, and if you want to go with the same design, you can simply pause this video and you can copy the code and you can go with this. I'll come down and I will assign font family, and this is the Google font which I'm using, Monterey Sans Serif Mergin. I hope I pronounced it right. And then I will take a font size is going to be 1 RAM. font width is going to be 400, line height is going to be 1.6, and color is going to be complete white. So this is how it will look on the browser. You can see that we have nice design in our text. I'll target the farm container. I will also target vegetable card, and because I want to apply the same styling to this, vegetable card is going to be the each card in that we'll have, and farm container is going to have the entire container. So just follow along with me. So width is going to be 95 VW, margin is going to be 0 auto, and padding 4 RAM from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. This will hold the entire div in center. That's why I've assigned margin 0 and auto, top and bottom 0 and left and right auto. So let's come down. Logo, position is going to be relative, display is going to be flex, and align item is going to be center, and justify content is going to be center, and margin top is going to be 2 RAM, margin bottom is going to be 1 RAM. So this is how it will look. Let's come down. I'll target the container h1, and I'll assign position absolute, text align center, font size is going to be 2 RAM, and transform skew y minus 5 degrees. So you can see that now this is the design we are getting. We are bending the text little downward from the left hand side and bringing it up. So this is why we have used the skew y property. There are skew x property if you want to move in x direction, but here I want to move in the y direction. That's why I have given the negative value. If you assign positive value, the left direction, the left part of the text will go up and the right part of this will come down. So this looks perfect. Now let's assign z index to 1, and let's target the container h1, and I will take a before element because I want to create a pseudo element so I can place the style, the line right behind this logo. So I'll take a background color, and this is going to be a linear gradient. Again, I simply come up here. I don't want to type, simply copy this all and paste simply, and simply just remove the bot, right? And position is going to be absolute, content is going to be empty, top is going to be 0, left is going to be 0, width is going to be 100% of the h1 tag, which is a parent element. So let's assign a height as well, 140%. So as you can see, this is how it's looking. It's looking perfect. And let's assign z index -1, so this will go back. I'll add a transform y is going to be less 10 degrees. So this time I'm providing the plus value, so I'm bringing down from the right hand side. So it's look perfect. Let's come here in the logo and let's make it 5, so we'll have some space from the top. Now let's come back to the HTML. Grab this card, vegetable card, I think. Let's come back and check vegetable card. We have already taken that, so simply remove this and make it vegetable container. Okay, now let's come here and change this to, so it's perfect. So so let's assign a padding 1 RAM, and width is going to be, let's say, 55 VW. So here I'm using VW because I want to make a fluid layout. So as per the screen resolution, this entire content will grow and shrink. So VW viewport is really great. So rather than doing hard code value like 80 pixels or maybe 80 RAMs, that's not always a good step and approach to build a responsive layout. Padding is going to be 1 RAM, width is going to be 85 VW, and the reason why I have used VW instead of using pixels or RAM, because I want to make a fluid layout and that would be responsive for all the devices. So as per the screen sizes, it will grow and shrink. So it's always great whenever you want to make a responsive layout, go with VW and VH unit. Let's make this line. I'll take a margin bottom 2 RAM, and margin top and bottom is going to be 2 RAM and auto, so that will hold into the middle, and I will assign a background color to this one, and display is going to be gray. Transform axis, this is going to be -5 degrees, so this is how it will look. And let's take a grid template column, and it's going to be 1 FR and 2 FR. So I want to divide the inner container in 2 parts. So as you can see, first is going to be 1 FR and the second one is going to be 2 FRs though. So this is how it's look. Now let's take a grid template area, so make it 1, 2 and 4 and 3. So if you are following me and watching me, I would like to go in this grid template area, because that's make things very easy when it's come to placing item on a element which has the grid property. So this is how I like to place different item in different places. So let's come down and let's get out of this and target this vegetable card box and end child. So grid area is going to be 1. Simply copy this one grid and let's change this one. I think okay, simply replicate this one and make it 2, 2, 3, 4 and 3 and 4. So it's look perfect. So right now everything is perfectly aligned. Let's come out of that. Let's come here and grab this card emoji and I'll assign the font size is going to be 2 RAM, so it will look a little bigger. Transform Y is going to be, let's say, 5 degree, and let's come here and assign a transition. All is going to be 2.3 seconds, so for this animation. And okay, let's come here. I'll target the container title and font size is going to be 1.5 RAM. So let's come back and let's see where it is. So it's where it is. Oh yeah, this one, card title. So change this ones to card vegetable title. Right now it's looking good. Let's target the vegetable card details and let's grab this and paste it. I don't want to make any spelling mistakes, because this is the thing which I have already faced. And there was a spelling mistake and I was checking all the codes that why it's not working. So always check your spelling. This will have a display is going to be grid, and grid gap is going to be 2 RAM. Align item center. Let's make it flex. Okay, this looks perfect. Let's target the details H6 and let's do the changes there. Font size is going to be 1 RAM. Let's make it a little bigger. Margin is going to be 0. Font family is going to be margin sans serif. The primary fonts look perfect. And let's come here and grab this button and let's start styling that. So text decoration is going to be none. Color is going to be white. Font family is going to be second primary font, which is Node.js sans serif. I hope I have pronounced this right. Node.js sans serif. Okay, give this comma. Okay, it's working. Now let's assign font width is going to be 900, so it will have a bold. Background is going to be 141 E30 and margin is going to be 1 RAM from the right hand side, so it's look perfect. And padding is going to be 0.5 RAM. Text all 2.2 and cursor is going to be pointer, so looks good. Now let's make it add some animation on the over effect. So transform XQY in 5% degree, so on the over effect, so it's looking perfect. Let's come down and let's target the vegetable card over effect. So transform is going to be scale 1.1 to the entire card, so this is how it's look. Everything's looking great. And okay, let's come up here and let's assign a cursor is going to be pointer, so now it's look perfect. Let's come down and add a media query. So min width is going to be 45 EM and vegetable, will target the vegetable card and I'll make the positions to be relative. Width is going to be 60 VW. Again, let's expand this so it's working fine. Let's squeeze it, working fine. So as you can see, as per the screen size growing and shrinking. And overflow is hidden. Gap is going to be 2 RAM. Align item is going to be center. Grid template area is going to be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So everything is perfectly aligned in one row. Let's inspect that what's happening here. Go to this element tab, and here we can see that we have 4 divs. And let's come into this and let's change this to price, and this one is country to 54, and our button is hiding. Okay, let's come refresh here, come back, let's make it to 70. Right now we are having, let's try to, okay, now it's working fine. Let's come back to the CSS, everything's working fine. Let's come down, vegetable card emoji, font size is going to be 2.5 RAM, let it make it a little big, and padding is going to be 2 RAM from top and bottom, 0.1 from left and right. Background color is going to be 141 E30, and position is going to be absolute. Transform rotate is going to be 40 degrees, so a nice rotation we'll get, and translate is going to be 1.5 pixels. So now it's look perfect. Target the vegetable detail at 6, and let's increase the font size to 1.2 RAM. Okay, let's look a little bigger. Now this is how it's looking on a complete tab. Let's make it positions absolute back, bring it down here, and simply add the SQX 5 degree. So it's look perfect. Okay, let's uncomment this. What's the problem? Why it's having dynamic, not covering the entire height? So let's do the changes in the font. Okay, no padding, 2 RAM, position absolute 15. Let's make it 1. Okay, nice. Okay, let's make it 16. Nothing's working. And let's come down and let's assign a padding 2 RAM and 0 from top and bottom 2, and left and right is going to be 1. Let's make it 5. So now we're having that effect. So let's make it 3. This looks perfect. So it's looking absolutely great. Let's make it 3.5. Now we have same as we have in the demo, so looking perfect. Let's make a mobile phone is 100% responsive. So we are done with this one template, and as you can see that it's completely functional, it's responsive for all the devices. Now simply copy this container and replicate this couple of times. So here we have all the cards, and this is the best part. You design one card and simply copy a couple of times, and we're going to have the same card styling in all the cards. Don't need to worry about right this moment we are doing hard code, but we're going to do and create this card dynamically as per the data we will have. For example, if you have 5 products, so there would be 5 card will show up. If you have 1 product in your database, it will show only 1. So as per the database, we will create this dynamically. So for the time being, for showing you, I'm creating this in a hardcore value, but we'll do everything dynamically. So looks perfect from my end, responsive for mobile phone as well. So simply come up and go create another page with a, simply copy all the and paste into the page template, and simply replace the middle content. Simply select till here, till up, till here, remove everything from that. So right now we have a body, and simply replace this home to page. So in that we're going to add the product details, everything. So let's make it live, go live, and this is what we have so far. So let's come here, and I think I have deleted my logo as well. So let's create a container and simply come here and simply grab this logo div and paste it here. So here I have my logo back. So let's create a div with a product class, and let's take a anchor tag, which this is a go back button. So I will assign product btn, and I will take a span and simply copy this emoji left. So left, click on this and simply scroll all the way down. So this is the one which I want. Simply copy and paste here. So come back here, refresh the page, you will have this icon, and I will add back. So this is our back button. Now let's take another div with a class of product organic, and this is the batch will add dynamically on the base of the data we have in our JSON file or in the database. If it's true, it will have this organic batch will display. If it false, it will not display. So I'll take a product organic box, and in that I'll take h6, and this will call organic. I'll take another class product image, and in this I will have all the images. So I'll say product dash dash image emoji 1. So here I'm not displaying the images, I'm displaying emojis. So I will simply come here and simply copy this emoji from here logo and simply paste here and replicate this couple of times. Let's 10 times, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, sorry, 9 and 10. So here I have the emojis which I'm going to convert into a feature image, and that will all change dynamically. So I'm doing it in this way. So let's come out of the div and let's take another div with a class title, and in that I will take h2 tag, and let's add a mango for time being. I'll take another div with a class of product info, and in that day I will take also a product info box container. This will hold all the details about the product. I will take a span tag inside that and simply come here and just search for earth, and this is the emoji I want. Simply paste here. Okay, and let's take a form and Spain. So right now I'm doing this hard code, but this will change dynamically. Simply replicate this 4 times, and we need to change the emojis. So second one is going to be hard, copy and paste, and this one is what price we're going to add, price. So click on this bookmark, copy this bookmark, and now it's going to be money. Simply copy and paste here. Change the text very quickly, select all and change in one go. Okay, no, not on one go. Let's go to the data file and what we have here. So here we have nutrition, so it's nutrition vitamins. Let's come back and let's get the quantity, so 250, and let's get the price. It's a very high number, so it's quite a rich person who's building this website. So everything's looked good from my end. So this is the info box. Now let's come out of the div, and here I'll take another div with a product add to cart. So this is going to be add to cart button. So this will, inside this I will take a paragraph, and in that I will take a span. Simply I will search for cart. So simply copy this and simply paste here. Okay, and here it will go my text. So add to shopping cart. So this is what I'm providing, and there is goes the price. Let's come back. This is how it will look. So for the time being everything looks quite promising. So let's come down, and we need to create one more div for the details. So let's take a product descriptions, and inside this I will take come here into my JSON file, and here I have the data. Simply copy this and come back and paste here. Simply paste it and just wrap it. So this is how it looks. Let's wrap this into a p tag. So simply take a paragraph tag and tap it inside this. So everything's working fine. Our template is ready. Now let's come back to the CSS and let's start designing this template. So let's come down. Let me give this comment. So you guys will get this code. So when you will navigate through these codes, if you have any problem while building this template and if you made any mistakes, so when you are going through this code, you can easily able to understand that which part is for which page. So here I'm making this comment. Even I can do a different thing like making a separate file, but it's a small project. That's why I decided to write all the CSS in the same file. If you want to go crazy, make multiple files for each of the element and then convert it, and then connect each of this CSS file into one page and let's link it. So when you're working on a big project, it's always great to go in that way, because you you don't know that what kind of functionality that website is going to have in future. So you have to keep everything in mind and you have to organize in proper way. But for this project, it's a very small one, so that's why I'm going in this way. Product image is a command, and I'll get the product class, and I will assign a width to be 85 BW, margin 0 and auto. That will hold everything in the middle. Let's assign a background image is going to be linear gradient to left bottom, and here goes the color. So this is the color which I will use for the primary. So 141 E30, and the second color is going to be #243B55. So this looks perfect. And let's assign a margin top and bottom. Let's increase it to little higher number, so let's increase it to 7. This looks perfect, and we have a nice margin from top and bottom. So let's make it 10. It's less, okay, it's good, quite looking good. Now right now we have a quite big space from top and bottom. Now let's make it border radius is going to be like 0.2 ram, and position is going to be relative. So nice. Now we have to assign a target the button, and background color is going to be complete white, and position is going to be absolute. Text decoration is none. Font family is going to be our second primary font. Neuto sans serif. Font width is going to be 600 pixels, 600 not pixels. Color is going to be, for the text, is going to be 414, and top is going to be like 1.5 ram, and left is going to be 1.2 ram. So this looks perfect. Padding is going to be 0.3 ram from top and bottom, 1 ram from left and right. Border radius is going to be 2 ram, and transitions all 0.2 seconds. And Z index is going to be +1. So I want to make everything on the top. So product btn on the over, I want to change the color for the background. So let's make it background. Let's cut this background image linear gradient, and to be left bottom. And again I will assign the color, our primary color, and simply replicate this, simply change this. I'm not going to type all that color name, so simply replace it. So color is going to be white. I want to scale the button on the over, so let's assign 1.1, and let's get to this one is 2. Okay, it's working fine. Now let's come down, product organic box, and position is going to be absolute. Right is going to be -1 ram, top is going to be -5 ram, so it will go on the right hand side. Let's get the organic box. Let's simply get this of this and target the H6 element. Assign a background color to be our primary color, and color is going to be white. Padding is going to be 2 ram from top and left, and 1 ram. And let's make it font size is going to be 1 ram, and border radius is going to be 50%. And font family, let's grab this one and paste here. Oh, it's working fine. Let's make it 2.5, little bigger. Okay, that's look great. Let's come back, get the image, product image, and let's start styling that. So first thing I would do, position is going to be relative. Height is going to be 40 VH, not VH. VW is for the width and VH for the height, viewport height. So overflow is going to be hidden. And product image, all the childs, I'm making font size going to be 8 ram. So with this selector, you can easily able to target all the childs of the product image. So a product image is a container. Inside that we have all the image as a child element. So with this arrow, I'm targeting each and every child element of the product image, and setting the font size is going to be 80 rang. So okay, that looks quite good. Simply come here and get this first emoji, and let's assign position is going to be absolute, and right is going to be -4. Simply replicate it 10 times. This one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one is 10. So 9, 10. So if I save, all the images are in the same place. Now let's do the adjustment in the right and top positioning. So let me do it very quickly. So we are done with this feature image. As you can see, we have to do the changes in the right and top value, and we are split all the images in different places of this container. So now let's come back here and get this product title, and let's start styling this. So let's come up here, let's get the background and paste. Text align is going to be center, font size is going to be 1.5 RAM, transition all 0.2 second, and let's make it product title on over effect. Transform scale is going to be 1.1 and skew is going to be -5 degrees. So this is how it will look on over effect. Let's assign a cursor pointer. Okay. Let's come out of that. Let's get this product info, and padding is going to be 3 RAM, display is going to be grid, gap is going to be 1 RAM, font family, come up here and simply grab this one, bring it down and paste. Grid template column is going to be 1FR, grid template area 1, 2, 3 and 4. So everything's perfectly aligned. So let's make it 2. Okay, 4. So let's make it 3. This looks perfect. Let's come out of that, get the product info, span, and assign a margin from the right side. So right now we will have the spacing from the text and the icons. Let's come here and get this product add to cart. Get the background color, and text align is going to be center, font size is going to be 1.3 RAM, 1.2 RAM. Let's come here, get the font family and paste here. Margin bottom is going to be 2 RAM, transform XQ 1.1, and on the x-axis is going to be -5 degree. So this looks perfect. Okay, simply get this all cut, and I want to have this on my over, so let's make it transition 2.2 second, and on the over effect I want to have the styling, so simply paste here. So this is how it's looking. Let's assign a cursor pointer, and what else we can add. So let's let's come here and simply target this product add to cart paragraph, and let's assign a padding 1.1 RAM. So right now we have top and bottom and from left and right padding, so looks perfect. Let's get my product. Let's come here and grab this. I don't want to make any spelling mistake. Product descriptions, and padding is going to be 1 RAM from top and left and right is going to be 2 RAM. Font family is going to be the second primary font, paste here, and padding bottom is going to be 3 RAM, so we'll have some space from the bottom. So everything's working fine. So right now we are having this over effect, so this looks perfect. This also looks perfect, and this home page is also looking great, and this is also looking great. So we are done with the complete template. So we have built the product page and we have also built the home page. So in the first part, this is what we have done. In the next part, we're going to add the data, everything, all the data. You can see I have hard coded that, but we'll do the magic. We'll add all the information into the product details on the product overview dynamically first through our data JSON file, and then I will update that data into our MongoDB servers, and from then through and then we'll build an API, and from there we're going to call the information and inject into this templates. Finally, we have done with the first part of this project, where we have built 2 amazing responsive templates for our website. So if you have coded along with me till now, I want to congratulate you that you made a huge effort for enhancing your website development skill. And for those of you watching right from the second part, let me give you a quick overview that what we have built so far, and then I would like to explain you that how I'm planning to take the next half of this project. So in the first part, we have built 2 templates, one product details and one product overview. So this is the product detail page. So this is our header section, which is, you can call it logo, and here we have a feature section where we're going to display the image of the product. So this is the fruit image, so I'm displaying image. Here we have a button, nice over effect, and here we have this organic badge. And the best part of this product detail page is that this badge is going to change dynamically as per the content. So here I have my data JSON file. Here I have all the details of the products, which I'm going to inject into this templates dynamically. So here I have the ID, product details, image, where it's from, nutritions, quantity, price, organic, and descriptions. So here you will notice one thing in this data JSON file, which is already provided to you. In like some of the products will have this organic to true, and some will have organic false. So those will have false, they won't have this batch, but those will have true, they will get this batch. So this will all happen dynamically from the data JSON file and from the MongoDB servers. I will show you both way. Then we have this nice over effect. Here we have this information which is coming from here. Here we have a add to cart, and here we have the description which is coming from here. So this is our product detail page, and let's come here. Now let me take you to the product overview. So this is our product overview page, you can call it home page, and we have this nice animation. The moment you over your mouse on any one of these cards, it will have this nice scale effect. If you take your mouse onto this detail, the button will come down, and if you click here, you will come to this page. Dynamically you can able to read the information from here. So that's all going to happen dynamically. Right now you can see that I have hard coded this template, but we're going to display on the base of the data we have. For example, here in my data JSON file I have altogether 5 product, but here you can see it has more than 5. We're going to add dynamically. So if you have data more than 10, like if you have data 10, so it will display 10. If you have one data, it will display only one. So that's all will happen dynamically. You don't need to come and create one and update it. That all will happen dynamically on the base of the data you have in your data files. So that's it. This is the data, everything is provided to you. These files are already given to you. You can take it from there, or you can just replace it as from yours. So this is what we have done in the first part of this section. So the second half of this project is entirely focused on adding details into this templates. So I have the data JSON file. So first, what I will do, first we're going to build a system where we can read the data from data JSON file, from JSON file, and display into the template dynamically. So altogether we have 5. We can display any one on the base of this click. So first we'll build a system for that, reading from data JSON file. Then we'll move to the MongoDB servers, where we're going to upload this entire information, entire data JSON file into our MongoDB servers, and from there we're going to change dynamically. We're going to call the data dynamically. So this is how I'm planning to take this code, because if I show you directly from database, the MongoDB servers, that will not give you a broad understanding, because when you build your entire system by your own, that increases your understanding that how everything works behind the scenes, how you can call the data, what is guest post, what is post. So everything is going to be, everything I'm going to cover in detail, so don't need to worry about it. So let's start building the system where we can read from data JSON file, then we'll focus about the MongoDB server. So let's back to code. Here we are back into our Visual Code Studio, and before we start writing a single piece of code for our backend application, we need an environment which allow us to build such kind of application. So to get that environment, we have to install one tool which is called Node. So if you have already installed Node, and if you already know how to use Node, it's really great. But for those of you listening me and hearing this word Node for the very first time, I would say that Node will give you the environment. You can use their module and the packages to build amazing application. So to install Node, all you have to do, simply open up your any favorite browser. As you can see, I'm already on their websites, and let me type it and show you. Simply type node install, and you will come to this, click on the very first link, and you are on their homepage. Here you can able to read everything about the nodes. There are the about documentation, everything is given. I'm not going to get into the details. So here they provide three things, like for Windows, Mac, and source codes. So if you're a vendor user, download it for Windows. If you're a Mac, download it for Mac. And if you are a pro developer and you want to customize your Node source code, which I would not recommend you, just simply install this, any one of these two. So once you click and download as per your computer version, so once you install successfully, come back to your Visual Code Studio, and to check whether you have installed Node or not, you have to open up your terminal. So to open up your terminal, all you have to do, you can simply open up from here, and you have to click on this new terminal and it will open up your terminal. You can check from here, and you can do one more way. You can simply type control and backtick. This will automatically open up your terminal. So these are the two ways which you can use to open up your terminal. So simply, to check whether we have successfully installed Node or not, you have to type node --version and versions and type enter. So here you can able to find that which version you have installed. So it's v16.14.0. so this is the version currently I have installed into my computer. So that means we have successfully installed. So let's clear this. So to clear your terminal, all you have to do is simply type cls, and this will clear your terminal. Now, before we start writing a single piece of code, we have to create a package JSON file which hold all information about the project we are building. So you can say it's like a blueprint which contain information about the project, the dependencies, the packages you are using. All the information would be stored in that packages. So when you share your project with someone else, they can look at the JSON package and they can easily understand that which version you have using and which packages you are using to build this website, because there are many packages and for having the same functionality. So which specific packages you are using. So to create that file, all you have to do is simply type npm init, hit tab, it will open this files, and here you have to provide the name of the file, the project. So make sure you provide in lowercase, not in uppercase. If you provide in uppercase, you will get an error. So I'll call it DAULT Hussain. I'm giving this name, and from here you can check the version, that which version you are there, and you can able to give the description. So type learning Node and Node.js or back end development development, hit tab. You can set a specific command. I don't want to do that. Leave it. You can give an author name, DAULT. You can give your name and license and type S. So once the process is complete, you can see on the left hand side here is the package. This is the package.json files. This contains all the information of this project. So whatever information we have provided here, that's all is given. So simply clear your terminal with cls. So our terminal is clear, and here I want to do some changes. So here I have already created my package.json file which I want for this project. So simply copy and simply paste here. So I have given the name vegetable farm. This is the version and this is the description, and this is my main file, the app.js, which I will create right now. And here I'm using the start command. So I want to type npm start, so it will run this script. And here I have provided some general information, and I'm also using Slugify for building the URL, and NodeMon, which I'm already stored as a global, but here but for this project I'm using as a dev dependency. So don't think about this too much, just simply save it, just copy this entire code and save it, and come back into your terminal, and here you have to type npm installs. So this will install all the packages which you are defined here automatically. So hit tab, and it will take a little time. This process will take hardly 1 or 2 minutes. This will install all the packages which you have specified here and you need for this project. So here it says that we have successfully installed all the packages, and here it's saying that there are some problems in some packages. So simply use this, copy this code and simply paste here and hit that. So this will fix the problem you are having while installing this. So as you can see, the vulnerability is gone, and right now everything's installed successfully. So this is the general settings we have done for building these projects. So we don't need this one, didn't need this one, and I want to do one thing. Let's create a folder. So I'll say templat templates, and let's come here, save it, and let's put this all template inside this. So where it is, let's put the template here, move it and move it inside this. So this is for the images folder. In the images I have this image files, I have the templates, so everything's look great. Now what we can do, I want to create a app.js file. So let's create a file with name app.js. So this is going to be the main file, but when we working with a backend like MongoDB, we're going to create a separate file for the server. So for the time being, just focus in this way. So here we need a couple of modules. So let's clear this terminal, and to start the project, to start the command, all you have to do is to type npm start. So here you can see that I have assigned a start script to start nodemon app.js. So this will start this page, okay, this application. So because the main code is going to be, the app is going to be initialized from this app.js. So to start, that's all I have to do, simply type npm run start and hit tab. So here my application is live. Now all the changes which I will do in my code, that will reflect here, and I can easily able to check in the browser. So this is one way to start the script, and you can do another way. So to kill the starts, so to simply end this start, you have to type Control C. So this will end the start, and you can clear the terminal, and to start again you can do in npm start in this way, or you can type npm run start. So both way it will start the app.js file. So hit tab, and here our app is running. So to check everything's working fine, let's come here and let's console log something. So I'll say console.log, not log, and I'll type hi Daulat and save it. As you can see, hi Daulat. So that means everything is working fine. Now we can work on our project. So to build this application, to read the files from our data JSON, we need a couple of modules. One module is to create server, one module is to read the information from the JSON files, one module to read the request of the user which have created on the base of the URL. So these are the modules we need for this project. So let's quickly import all the modules from Node. So I'll type const fs re required, and this is going to be fs module. If everything is going out of your head right this moment, just follow along with me. That's all will make a lot of sense when you will find out that how we are using these modules in the project. So I'll take another module. This one is going to be http for the creating server. So this is also going to be required, or required, and this will http. So make sure you have to provide the module name in this quotes. And the third one we need is URL required and URL. So this is the third module, and for the time being, let's go with these three module, and we need, if we want, we can add more like Slugify for the URL. So let's import that as well. So here let's say Slugify, and Visual Code is already very smart. So whenever you install any packages, it will automatically show you the name of the packages, and you can simply select from there. So let's create the server first. So to create the servers, I would like to go in this way. So I'll say simply const port, and this, I want to start this application on port 8000. This is my port, and let's create a server. So I'll say const, I'll use server server, and I'll use this http which we have installed, and here I will say create server. Inside this, I'll pass two things. pass two things. One is the request and the other one is response, and this will go in callback function. So req for request and rds from response, and this is a callback function. So let's wrap this into another bracket, otherwise it won't work. And inside this we'll send the request and responses. So we have successfully created our servers. Let's come out of that and let's listen to the servers. So for listening to the servers, this is how we can. So server spelling is server, server, so my bad. Let's come here and let's listen to the server. I'll type server.listen, and here I will specify the port I want to use. So here I have created the port variables already, so I'll say port, and this port is going to be and port and 127.0.0.1, and this is actually going to be your URL of your computer. So this is how every window computer start, or every application start. So this is the port you can define, and this is the normal for all the computers. Simply come here, and here you have to run a callback function, and inside this let's console log out something. So even console.log, and you can say app, let's take a template literal. So I say app running on port 3000, and you can type port here. So here you can see app running on port 8000 means our service is successfully created. And don't worry about this syntax, this is nothing but a small JavaScript template tutorial. So we have created our server, we are listening to our servers. Now let's start writing the functionality. So what I can do here, first I want to read the data from the JSON files. So here we have already installed the FS module, so let's read the data from there, and then we'll bring the functionality. So to read the data, all I have to do is, so I'll take a const and I'll take a data, and in this data I'm going to store all the data which I have in my data JSON files into this data object, and from there I can call and display into my applications. So to read the file, to store the file, so all I have to do, can use this FS module which I have already got it. So I'll call fs and I'll say read. So there are two ways, one is read file and the other one is read file synchronous. So read file will help you to load the data in the background and your execution of the code will not block, but when you use read file synchronous, it will block the execution of your code until the entire data is not loaded. So it's a small application, so I'm going with the second one. And the reason why I'm using, because I don't want to create like extra load on my server, so that's why I want to go in this way. So this will allow me to read the data once the user hit any one of the route. So once the data will store into this variable, and when the data requests for something else, the data will not call the browser, it will call this data variable, and from there I will display the information. So this is why I'm going this way, because it's a small application. But when you are working on a large base applications and a lot of users are coming to your website, in that case it's not a good idea to go with the read file synchronous, because it will block the execution of a code. So if you have a heavy file, that will block the execution of the code, so that's not a good idea. I'll open the directory, so I'll take the template literals, and that I'll call this, I'll open my directory. So dr stand for current directory, so the directory, the folder I am, that stand for dr, and I will give this slash, and I have to provide the folder name. So the folder name is data and slash data.json, and I have to use the UFT convention, so UFT8. So all the data is already stored in this data variable. Now I have to convert, but this data in JavaScript, in JSON object, I have to convert into JavaScript object. So for that I can take another variable. I'll say data object, short form for object, and I'll use json.parse, and I'll call the data variable. So right now all the data which is coming from here, I'm converting that in JavaScript object so I can use it and display it on the application. So to check that everything's working fine, let me console log out the data object. So I can say console.log, and in that I can say data object. So here you can see I have all the data. I can simply, so here I have all the data which is coming from this JSON file. So I have an ID, product details, description. So all the data is successfully I can able to read with the help of this function, this fs module which you have used. So we can successfully read the file. So before we move ahead into this project, we need to do some changes into our template. So let's come back into the template and let's create another file, and this I will call temp card.html. So here I've created the temp card HTML file, and let's come back to the HTMLs and let's open this and let me show you how it's look right this moment. So let's go live, and right this moment we have the our card. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6, so we have 6 card here, and we are doing hardcore. So let's make it side by side. No, let's minimize this for a while. Let's open my terminal. So my terminal is already killed. I have to restart that. So whenever you do in this way, it will automatically kill your terminal. So let's kill that and let's start that. So I'll type npm sts start for starting my terminal, and everything's working fine. We are back to normal. Let's come here and let's me remove this console logout. I don't want to display the data every time I check something in my console. So let's come to this index htmls and let's minimize this. So altogether we are displaying nine cards with hardcore values. So that's all we have inside this farm container. So let's simply remove couple of them. So let's simply what we can do, let's check. So this is the card, vegetable card, and we have from here to here. Simply select the very first one, copy this and just comment out this. I am just leaving this for your reference, so when you will download this code you can easily able to find it. So I'm commenting this, and I can come here, I can simply paste in this temp card HTML file. Now let's get back to HTML and simply remove all this, all the 6 which we have created. So we have from here, okay, this looks good. So this is our farm container, and in this we're going to display, and this is the code I'm leaving for you guys. Okay, so I'll leave it here, and let's do some changes in this templates because we want to inject the data dynamically from our data JSON files here. So to do that I have to just simply replace. So I can go in this way. You can take any approach, but I would like to go in this way. So I'll take this bracket, and here I want to display the images. So I'll type img image, and I want to do display 2 image, not a single one. img image. So let me quickly fill out all the details there, and then I will explain you that what and why we are doing in this way. So here I have done the changes in the product overview template. So here in this I'm going to display the images. Here I will display the titles, and here I have assigned an organic, not organic class. So some of the product will have an organic batch and some of will not have, and I have already created a class with called not organic. So if a product have the data is to false, like is false, so this product will not display that organic batch. It's for that. So where it is, and here is the quantity, price, and here is the ID. So every product has given an ID over 0 1, so that's what I have here. So we are done with this. Now let's come to this index html, and here I want to do some changes. So because all the templates, all the card I have to display in the index file, so I will go with the same approach. I'll call this percentage, and inside this I will type descriptio and description crd card. So with the help of this I'm going to inject all the templates from this file to this file. So let's minimize this one. So we are done with this part. Now let's come to the product page as well. So this page, and let's quickly change the details here as well. Here in the title section I want to display the name of the product. So what I have assigned to this, so it's called vegetables. I can call it product name, product name, name, so product name, not vegetable. And let's come back to this page and simply replace this title. Here I can add the product and slash. Here I want to display the images. I can come simply here where it is, I can grab this one, come back to the page and simply replace all this with this tag. Simply type Ctrl D, and this will allow you to select multiple lines at a time and simply replace. So here I will display the icons, okay, and here I have to add that class as well. So the class, where it is, so I'll simply copy this, come here and simply add the class here. Now I have to change this as well, so let's come back here. So what I have in my data.json file, so I have this price, come here, and this one is going to be price. So let me do it quickly, then I will explain, okay. Description. So I have changes all the placeholder. So I have changes this titles, images, the nutritions, information and descriptions, and as well as with the price. So that's the changes I want to do in the product detail page. So let's come back here into our app.json files and let's cut this portions, and I want to cut this one as well. Let's save it, important. So we are here. Now what we can do, let's create a function which can replace all the placeholder with the contents, and that's why we have assigned this placeholder, and let's create the function for that as well. So let's create the replace template function. So I'll take a const and I'll say replaced template, and it needs two things, one the template and the other one is the information. So I'll say give a short temp and product. This is going to be an arrow function, and inside that I'll take a let and I'll say info, which contain all the information with the template and the product details. So I'll call the temp the template which I want to render the information, and I'll call a replace function on that. Easy replace functions, and we'll come back here, and here we have provided all these placeholders. So we have assigned this product name, where it is, make sure you provide the right spelling, whatever you have provided here. Come here into that app.js and simply // and this is G, and this G stand for global. So no matter how many product titles you have, if you assign this G, that will replace the content, would be replaced everywhere. But if you don't assign a G, so it will replace only the first item, okay. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind, and inside this you can place simply this one, comma, then what you want to replace. So here in the product data JSON file, I have this product name. Make sure you give the same name, and come here and you have to give this product dot and the same name which you have in your data JSON files. So what it will do, when someone will ask for any template, it will go check this, find, it will take the template, find this product name and replace with the actual data which is coming from data JSON file. So this is what it means do. Then this is for the product name. Now let's take the info, because I want to keep, and the reason why I have taken this let, because this data is going to be keep updating, okay. That's why I'm not taking const, I'm taking let, and in that I can simply call let variable is simply call info, which I have already there. Then I call a replace function on that, and same thing I have to do with all the placeholders, G. And I'll come back here into my templates. What I have next, I have the images, okay. I'll have the images, I have the images. Simply come and get into this, paste here. So product.img, image. So I guess I have the right spelling. images. The reason why I'm double checking the spelling, because I was run into a bug and that wasted me that and because of that I wasted a huge amount of time. So the same thing I have to do for all the placeholders. So simply let me do it quickly, then I will get back. So let me copy this couple of times. So I have changed all the informations, but for the organic one we have to set a condition, because not all the product will have that organic batch. Okay, so here I will type a if statement. So I'll say if product dot organic, organic. Let me check the spelling, I don't want to take any risks. So if product dot organic is false, in that case I'll take the info and info dot replace. Only on that time I want to use this, otherwise I don't want to replace the content. So again, same thing I have to do. Global, come back into this, and I have assigned an organic class. Okay, not organic, simply copy this, paste here into this middle with product dot. So I want to replace with class not organic. So we are done with the replace extension function. So we are done with the template replace functions. This will allow us to replace all the details, all the information of the templates as per the user request. Now let's start working on this server and servers. Okay, so the very first thing I want to do is I have the server. Now we're going to use the URL module which we have installed, and because all this product details have a different ID, you can see that they have assigned a different ID to each of this product. So I want to find out that which ID is requesting. On the base of that I'm going to display the data. So for that I have already used this module, so I'll call it. So I'll take the request dot parse, and this request is coming from where? From the URL. So dot URL, and here I can say true. Okay, true, and let's store that into a variable. So I'll say const, and I'm going to use the deconstruction of the JavaScript. Okay, two object from this request. So first one is going to be query, and the second one is going to be path name. Path names, not auth name, it's going to be a path name. So here I have stored the request, and now let's use them. So now let's write a if statement for displaying the template on the base of URL. So I'll say if path is deeply equal to slash, it's nothing but our home directory, and path is deeply equal to slash overview. So if a user hit that route or this route, it will display the home page, and this I can simply call the home page. So I'll use this request, sorry, I will use this, so I'll send the response. So I'll use this response dot write head, and here I have to send the header. So that header is going to be, status is going to be 200, which stand for OK, and in that I can send an object. So in that I have to define that what type of content I'm sending. So the template is going to be HTML and text. So here I have to define the content type. So I'll say content, make sure it's a capital letters, content slash type. Okay, and this is going to be text slash HTML. So this is what I'm sending, okay, as a request, as a response whenever someone hit this route, these two routes. I'll come out of that, and here I have to call the template function which we have created. What I can do, I'll take another variables, and here I'm going to render the templates. I'll say card html, and let's store that, and let's call the data. So all the data of this from this JSON file is stored in this data object. So let's run a map function on that. So I'll say data object dot map. This will give me a new array which I can simply render on the template. So I'll call the map function, and this is going to be an arrow function, and this time I'll call the replace function. So as I have already created this replace template function here right on the top, so in that it's need template and it's need product details. So in this we have to pass that, but before we pass that value we have to import right here, because there is no way to read the templates. It's in the template folder, but we are not reading that. So let's read that first. So let's come on the top. I think we can come right up here. I can take the index template. So this one is going to be index. I'll use fs module read file. Again, I'm going with the same way, synchronous way, and in that I can take a template rituals. I have to define the directory where I have this product. Take this, and in this I have to provide the directory. So I will go into my template folder, template. Inside the template I have my index.html file. Don't forget to use the convention utf-8, and this is what we have to do for other template as well. So simply replicate this quickly, and let me change this to, so here we have all the files. We have our index file, we have our cart file which we have created, this one. So let's get this one, we don't need anymore. So all the three files are here. Now what we can do, let's call those templates here. So here I've already created these variables. Now I have to pass the templates where I want to display the template along with the information. So on this route I want to display product overview, which is this temp card. This one I want to render. So I'll come here and I can simply pass the name of the template into this function, because that's what parameter we are passing here, template and product. So here I can pass this to what, let's check, it's a cart. Okay, where it is, simply copy it, paste, and then I want to pass the data, which is el. So all the data we have right up here in this element. This will convert the template into a string and render on the overview page. So we are successfully replacing the template with the information. Now we have to replace the placeholder we have assigned into this index file. So this here, product descriptions. Okay, so let's come here and let's create another variables. This time I'll call it output, and I'll call the template overview. So that's the name I have provided to this. So this is my main page. Complete, copy this, paste here, and I'm going to use the replace function. So what I want to replace, I want to replace this one which I have here, product description. So simply copy this, come back to this app.js and simply paste inside this. So this is the placeholder I want to replace with the data I have stored here, this template card. Copy and simply paste here. So here I'm passing the template and here I'm placing that where I want to display. So it's done. Now let's come down and now we have to send the response. So this is how we can do it, respond.end, and in this we can simply put the output. So this will definitely work right now, because successfully we are creating the replace functions and simply rendering the information into the index overview here. So let's open up the terminal and let's see everything's working fine down there. So let's save it once again to check everything's working. Okay, let's come here. So our terminal is working fine. Now let's come to the browser. Let's cut this one, open a fresh one, come, and you can see one thing, we have provided this port 8000. Okay, 8000. So let's come here and let's type 8000. It's already there. Now hit the tab. So right now it's not loading. Let's see what's the problem we have here. So it's saying that rec.pram.url is not defined. Okay, not a big deal. So for the time being, let's comment out this, because we need that for the later part, not for now. So let's come here and let's refresh once again. So it's saying path name is not defined. Okay, I do understand. We do need this because we have a path name there. So what we can do, simply get rid of this and let's save it. So rec.praise. Okay, so here I've made the mistake, so let's get back that, because here I'm using the URL and here I'm providing request. So this is going to be URL, not URL module have to assign, then it will work. And let's bring the query. Okay, now this time it will work. Let's come back to the browser. Let's refresh it. It's working. It's taking a little longer. So as you can see that we are rendering the template, but somehow the contents are not displaying. I was stuck for half an hour and I was trying to find out that what is the problem, why this code is not working. We have created this replace template functions and we are calling here, but in this function we did one mistake. We are not returning anything. We have created this template but we are not returning anything, and without returning we are passing here where it is. We are passing the template here using it. So to use this function, all we have to do, we have to come here and we have to type return info. And I did one more change in my index file. So I don't know why the CSS file was not working when I connected from this style sheet. So what I have done, I have simply copied entire CSS code and paste right into the style tag and it's working fine. So these are the two changes I have done. So let's come back, both in the page, in the product detail page and in index page. So in both the pages I have put the styles directly. Okay, so make sure you guys do these changes to make the things work. So these are the two changes I have done. So now if I save it, everything would be working. So let me open my terminal. So let me just restart my server. So I'll say npm start and I'll hit the enter. So this will open my terminal. So let it be open first. So it's working fine. I'll come here and I will refresh the page. So as you can see, it's working fine and everything's working fine. Whatever parameter we have defined in the replace template, it's working fine. So these all data, so altogether we have 5 data in our data JSON files. So start from ID 0 to 3, 4 and 5. So these are the 5's details are displaying right up here. And you notice one thing, that some of these product cards have a organic batch and some of them will not. So Oliva has a organic set to true, so that's why it has the batch, and peanut, it doesn't have that, it's false, so that's why it's not displaying here. So it's everything is working fine. So make sure you do these two changes to make the code work. Now let's come back to our JSON file. Let me minimize this and let's come here, and now let's start writing create the router for the product. So for that, what I will do, I'll take the else statement, path name is deeply equal to slash product. So if this is the path name, so if someone hit this route, I want to display the product details. So I'll take this and I will do the same thing. I'll take this response, because this is the header we have to send whenever we are sending anything. So in this I will take another variable, same thing I have to do, and that I'll just call it product product, and all the data I have already in this data object. So I'll say data object, I'll take data object which we already have here. So all the data we have from the JSON file, it's stored in this. So in that I'm looking for a query, so query.id, and this query is coming from here because of this model, URL model, which is already we have here. So when someone will hit this route, and this product route will get the ID of that, and on the base of that ID we have to render the template. So simply what we have to do now, output, again I can call it output, and this time I want to render this on the page. So I'll call the replace template functions, and that I have to pass the template name. So let's come up here, and the template, this is the one we want to pass it, and let's come here and simply paste that template. And in the other one we have to pass the product, because that's contain the ID, and on the base of the ID it will render the product there. And simply we have to send the response dot end, and that we have to send the output. So this is, so everything is done for the product router. So before we check this, we have to do one more changes in our temp card, because here we have to provide the ID. Currently is hatch. So the router we have created, we have to say slash product product, and we have to use this question mark ID equal to the same plus ID, and this ID is coming from the replace template function which we have created here. So let's come up here. So here we have created this ID function, so replace, so it's coming from there. So if I go there back, and think this time it would be working, so let's open the browser and refresh once more time, and as you can see, the moment I'm hovering, you can able to see the ID down below. So the IDs are changing. As you can see, the black one, the IDs are changing. This one is 0, this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, and this one is 4. So the moment I will click, it will render the template. So here it is. So right now we can able to see the template, it's working fine. So this is the first one, avocado. If I click here, I can go back. So let's see, I can't go back. So where it is, so this is the one. I have to go into the product page, and here I have to do the changes here. So right now our back button has this hash. I have to change it, this slash, so this will take it back to our page. So right now if I refresh and if I click here, it will take me back there. Okay, it's not working. Let's have a look. What's the problem? So it has a 0 and this href is not working. So if I come here once again, and if I check the router what I have provided, and instead of providing this, if I provide this entire URL, so does it will work? Let's check, refresh once again. Okay, something's missing. So this is the anchor tag we have. So let's open the terminal and let's see what's the problem. Okay, so this is the problem. So what we have to do, our terminal is somehow got disconnected. So let's restart the terminal. So npm str enter, it will restart the terminal, and now I think it will work. So it's saying there is some problem. What is that? So thorough listening already is in used. So this router is already in use, not a big deal, it was working fine. Okay, let's save it once again. Okay, not a big deal. So what we can do, so right now we are using 8000 port, and this one, this is the port. If I change this to 3000, you can use any number here, there's no problem in that. So as you can see, it's working fine. Let's open the browser once more time, and I have to do the changes here. So instead of typing 8000, I can type 3000 and I can hit enter. So it's working now on the port 3000. If I click right now, it will take me back on my home page. If I click on this peanut, I gave the wrong image, you can easily change that. So here I have the details of the mango. I'm saying mango, but I'm displaying cheese. So if I click here, I can go back, or I can click here. It's everything is changing dynamically. So as you can see, all the buttons, everything's working 100%. So everything's working fine. So I hope you have liked this tutorials, and I can show you one more extension, so one more package. So let's click here and let's come back here. So let me install one more npm package. So npm morgn. So this package will help you to find out that what request peoples are doing on your website. So you can able to identify the URLs. So it's successfully installed. You can able to find right up here Morgans we have in our dev dependency. You can keep in dev dependency or dependency, totally up to you. So I'll come here and let me import that. So I can say const morg Morgan, and it's required. Visual Code Studio is already very smart. It will show you. So I don't want to make things complicated. We're going to use this package in the next part of this video, where we're going to upload the entire data into the MongoDB servers. Then we'll use this. So right now I don't want to make things complicated because we'll use for the remote server. So this is how we can create our function which can render the information from the data JSON file, and you can easily able to create this kind of functionality. As you can see, I hope you have learned something new today, how to create this function, to replace template function, how to create normal router with the help of if statement. So understanding how things work in a lower level, so you can easily able to create these all functionality in a very easy way using remote server like MongoDB, once you understand that. But when you build a system like this, that's give you an extra push and extra understanding that how you can build your own system without having any external dependency. So hope you have found this video valuable, and the next part of this video I will upload about the MongoDB servers very soon. Like it will come within 2 weeks. So I want you guys to smash that like button or subscribe button. And if you guys want me to create a robust systems, advanced system on a MongoDB database server with in the same applications, I can do that. So do leave me in the comment section, so I can, according to that, I will plan that what kind of functionality I should include, whether I have to go with a normal function or whether I have to go advanced function, because there is a lot of things we need to cover in that. So I want your feedback. Just do leave what do you think about this video, and what are the functionality I should include. So whatever I have mentioned so far, the same functionality, or I need to add something more in that. So I want you to write down in the comment section, and that will give you me a very good understanding. So on the base of your requirement, on the base of your suggestions, I'll definitely include all the functionality and make the video. So do let me know what do you think about it, and what are the things I should cover in that MongoDB tutorial when we connect with that. So hope you have found this valuable. So if you are new to my channel, hit that like and subscribe. That will motivate me a lot to create and come up with such amazing tutorials. And once again, I'm telling you, all these source codes are already provided to you. Simply visit dollarthousand.com, go to the project section or a blog section, where you will find out all the project which I have worked in the past. You can template, download the codes, go through that and check everything is given to you. That will give you a better understanding when you review someone else's code. So give your feedback in the comment section, so that will help me to make the video more robust and more comprehensive for all of you to get the things working for you. So for the time being, have a great day. Bye bye.